So Team 1978AA here, also known as Banana United RC, we made big improvements to our bot since the last competition.
So the objective of this game, High Stakes, is to take donuts off the field and put them onto stakes. And then once you have those stakes, you can move them around into the plus side of the field, which allows you to double your score. But then you want to avoid having your mobile goals, which are the stakes, brought to the minus side, which can then decrease your score.
First off, we got these pneumatics, which are just pressurized air to produce linear power. We use pneumatics to make a trapper to trap one of those mobile goals efficiently using compressed air, freeing up extra motors for us to use in the drivetrain. Because of pneumatics, we can now use 6 motors on the drivetrain instead of just 4, which makes our drivetrain much easier to control and more powerful. We also improved the intake mechanism by adding flex wheels rather than the old black spiky wheels. And these flow much more smoothly, enabling consistent performance from the intake to the conveyor belt. So a ring will enter through the intake, where this spins into the robot, moves up to the conveyor belt, and then eventually it will fall onto a mobile goal that's stuck by the trapper. Each ring is worth 1 point when scored on a mobile goal. However, the top ring is worth 3 points instead.
As qualifying matches start, we're struggling with a number of aspects of the bot. The intake chain keeps jumping off about halfway through the match. Then we can't score. The autonomous mode is not working at all. It barely moves. Through tireless work, Taiyu has been able to program the bot to score 1 autonomous goal, which is a big plus. We score 3 more goals in the match. The opponent knocks over our goal, which would mean 0 points, but then sets it back up again, giving us the win.
Yeah! We just won our first qualification match. All of the first matches were pretty rough for us. We managed to win the most recent one using a combination of coordination for our teammates and our own strategy. So we were just focusing on picking up the rings quickly and then stopping the opponent from going to the positive corners, which doubles their points.
So we added, because this chain is loose and it keeps like bouncing and it goes off, so we added this tensioner to keep the chain from bouncing off. So that keeps the intake keep on rolling so that we don't lose the intake. And then we also made changes like from here, because our polycarb wasn't long enough and it gets stuck. So I quickly built something this morning to extend this piece, and then it worked pretty well. So we also added these things that keep the integrity of the mobile goal so that it traps perfectly, it doesn't like shake around. And then I think IU did pretty good on autonomous, so we were able to get 1 ring and then 1 mobile goal, which is a great start for us.
4 qualifications to go, and we have knockouts tomorrow. So we're staying strong, and let's go Banana United! Alliance selection works where the top 16 teams get to pick another team to form an alliance with for the knockout or elimination matches. If the top 16 pick another one in the top 16, then the number of teams that can be alliance captains, which in other words, they can pick another team. They it'll be shifted down. We were picked by ASIJ 901X, which was ranked 29, and we were ranked 30.
19788AXX. So that leaves the final alliance, 901C, 6544E. Very good.
We're up against two tough opponents, a TAS alliance. They got robots that move fast, but we're all up for it. We're gonna go for the drive, even if we can't achieve a win.
The autonomous portion starts, and we immediately score 2 points. Our opponents cross the center line, which disqualifies them, and we win 6 points autonomous. As the match starts, we begin looking for rings. They're wasting no time in putting rings on the goals. Our teammate seems to be going in circles in the background, not accomplishing anything. The red team now has one goal with the maximum number of rings on it. That goal into the plus side, which is double points. We are battling with the other red team member over the other plus side, but we can't get into that corner. They have turned around and placed their rings, their goal, into the plus category, which is double points. So now we're trying to score the maximum number of rings on the goal that we can. Our teammate is no longer moving. We now have a goal with the maximum number of rings on top of it. As the match ends, we're well down on points.
In the last match, we were against TAS team, one of the strongest teams in this competition. In the autonomous, we could score 2 rings and also touch the high stakes. It was pretty well, but during the match, our alliance couldn't drive at all, so that's why we struggled a little bit, couldn't win. But Andy was driving it and got 6 rings on the mobile goal, so I think it was one of the best matches we fought.